Hey everyone, Ryan Gasway here, founder of the Franchise Blueprint. Before you can find the right franchise, you first need to understand yourself, your goals, your lifestyle, your strengths, and where you want this journey to take you. Most people jump straight into looking at brands or industries, but the truth is the very first step is understanding what you want your life to look like. So let's start with lifestyle. Ask yourself things like, what do I want my day-to-day life to look like once I'm a business owner? Do I prefer mornings or evenings, weekdays or weekends? Do I want something that's flexible or something that's a bit more structured? Do I want daily customer interaction or something that's a little bit more behind the scenes? Do I want to manage a team or run something a bit more simple and lean? Your ideal lifestyle drives everything. The type of business that you choose, the hours that you'll work, the staffing that you'll manage, and how the business integrates with your personal life. After all, your business should support your life, not the other way around. Otherwise, why do this? Next, let's think about income. What do you want this business to produce? What does success look like in 3 to 5 years? Are you trying to replace your salary? Are you looking to own multiple territories? Different franchise models produce different levels of revenue and profit, and some take longer to ramp up than others. When you're clear about your income goals, you can narrow down the franchise models that realistically align with those expectations. Okay, next we get into the investment. Every franchise has a startup investment range, and those ranges vary dramatically. But you want to ask yourself, what total investment am I comfortable with? Will I be using cash, SBA financing, maybe a retirement rollover, an investor, or maybe a combination of different strategies? There are so many creative ways to fund a business. But I want you thinking about how much working capital might feel secure for you. Am I comfortable taking on debt to grow the business? Or do I want to avoid debt? At the end of the day, this should not be about finding the cheapest business. It's about finding the right business that aligns with your financial comfort zone and long-term goals. I've seen people get into businesses that were not a great fit, but because it was inexpensive to start, they decided to roll the dice. I'd rather you not invest at all than fall into this kind of trap. Okay. Now, let's talk about your skills and strengths. You absolutely do not need industry experience to succeed in a franchise. But you do need alignment between your strengths and the role that the franchise requires of the owner. So think about how you naturally operate. Are you someone who's strong in leadership? Do you enjoy sales? Are you more operational or more strategic? Do you thrive with structure or do you prefer autonomy? Do you enjoy managing teams or would you rather keep things a bit more simple? Successful franchisees are not experts in the product. They're aligned with the responsibilities of running the business. Some people also come in with strong industry preferences. Maybe you like the idea of home services or something people-focused like fitness or childcare, or maybe something low overhead and simple appeals to you. There's nothing wrong with having preferences, let me be clear. But this part is where I have to give an important warning to people. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is choosing a franchise based purely on their personal hobbies or interests. There's nothing wrong with liking a brand's product, but know that being a consumer and being an owner are two very different experiences. You might love food, but owning a food business means nights, weekends, staffing challenges, food costs, constant operational demands. So, if you value a Monday through Friday lifestyle, food and beverage might be an incredible product that you enjoy, but a really poor business fit. Or maybe you love fitness, but do you want to sell memberships every month, manage trainers, maintain equipment? The point is, your enjoyment as a customer has almost nothing to do with your success as an owner. Instead, I want you asking yourself, do I love this as a consumer? Ask, do I do I want to do the work that this business requires every day? And that single mindset shift can save you from partnering with the wrong franchise brand. Okay, let's talk about ownership style. There are 3 common structures: owner-operator, where you're completely hands-on in the business; semi-absentee, where you're going to manage a manager; and the executive model, where you oversee things at a high level and then look to scale. Your ideal ownership style depends on your schedule, your career plans, your involvement preferences, and your long-term goals. Choosing the wrong ownership style is one of the fastest ways to burn out or lose interest in your business. Choosing the right one is going to set you up for long-term success. Okay, next is your risk tolerance and ramp-up expectations. At this stage, I want you to be asking yourself, how quickly do I need this to cash flow? Am I comfortable with a slower ramp in exchange for higher long-term upside? Do I make decisions quickly, or do I tend to get stuck in analysis? Do I prefer an established brand, or does the idea of an emerging concept excite me? There's no right or wrong answer, but your comfort level will strongly influence the types of franchises that fit you best. And finally, think about your long-term vision. Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? Do you want multi-unit ownership? Do you want to eventually step out of the day-to-day? Are you building something for freedom, something scalable, or something you might sell someday? Your long-term vision will act as the compass, ensuring that you choose a franchise that builds the life you want 5 or 10 years from now, not just a business that looks great today. Okay, ultimately, self-evaluation is one of the most important and most overlooked steps in the entire franchise journey. When you take the time to understand who you are and what you actually want your business to create for your life, the whole franchise discovery process becomes clear and more intentional. And this is what I do. So if you'd like help defining your goals, building your ownership model, and identifying the franchise opportunities that truly fit your goals, I'd love to talk. There's no cost to you for my service, and you can schedule a call with me using the link in the description. All right, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next one.